Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone as you can. Just get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The hospital Celtics were on full display last night, and we got a really good chance to see some guys play way more than they usually do, and I wanted to take a look. So let's get into the film. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come out. And we'll have 3 separate sessions today. So we're going to have Baylor Scheierman, of course, you see here. We're going to have Jordan Walsh and Torrey Craig. These 3 guys I thought really stood out to me in this game. And of course, with the Celtics having a lot of injuries, I really like these games where the guys that don't really get a lot of time can come in and show some stuff and try to gain some trust from Joe Mazzulla. So first, of course, we got Baylor Scheierman. He had 15 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, a steal, shot 50% from the field, 43% from 3, and was a plus 18 in his career high 29 minutes. And he really showed me some stuff in this game. Like, I knew about the offensive game. If you haven't seen my scout report I did on Scheierman before the season, go check that out. I'll put that somewhere so you can click and just watch it. But I know about the offensive stuff. I know that he's a guy that was deemed like one of the best shooters in the draft. Like, I know about his passing ability. Like, he can handle it in the pick and roll. He can do that stuff. But the amount of hustle that Baylor Scheierman showed in this game, and the amount of like the defense and his moving his feet, the quickness laterally, like that stuff is really impressive. And here on the offensive side, Baylor Scheierman just knows how to move as a shooter, right? He knows how to move. He knows how to drift to the corner. He knows how to lift up. He knows when to do those things so that he can get open. So here as Pritchard drives, he's going to lift up from the corner. The importance of lifting up from the corner when somebody helps is that their first instinct is that you're still going to be in the same place that you were before they help. So Kelly shit. Shout out Kelly, Gage 7 Kelly. Kelly Oubre, he tries to dig at Peyton Pritchard, right? And his first instinct goes and looks right to the corner. Baylor Scheierman lifts. So now that he lifts, Kelly Oubre thinks that he's behind, right? Scheierman, a nice pump fake. Because Kelly Oubre thinks he's behind, he has to jump on that pump fake. Baylor Scheierman, a nice drive for the layup. And man, it's just hard enough just to get on the court with a team like the Celtics. But if you want to stay on the court, this the type of shit that you got to do, bro. Baylor Scheierman is like, he's a tough guy, right? I know he played football for a long time. I can see the toughness in his game, but it's just some things that he's shown in this game that I didn't know he had, honestly. Like, as a guy that micro-analyzed him through like his college stuff for him coming into the Celtics, like, he loves the game of basketball, and he has decided that, hey, listen, I got my opportunity. I'm not gonna let this shit go. And Joe Mazzulla has to think about this. Like, you don't just get a performance like this and not try him again. So he has earned at least another chance. And stepping in front of Yabu, this charge right here was phenomenal by Baylor Scheierman. And I'm most likely gonna post on Twitter about this, like, with a compilation of all the Celtics corner crashes in this game. But this is the mark of a coach instilling a culture, right? From the first to the 15th guy. Torrey Craig just got here. Baylor Scheierman, this is his first game actually playing true minutes. Like, he's had some games where he played a stint, but he almost played 30 minutes in his game, right? You know, when Jordan Walsh comes in, he's a wrecking ball on the offensive and the defensive glass. Coach Mazzulla has instilled everybody that gets into the game, hey, a way that we win, a winning play for us is these corner crashes. Torrey Craig had 4 rebounds in this game. All of them were offensive. Jordan Walsh, his last game, had 6 rebounds. This game, I believe he had 4. Scheierman had 3 rebounds. And in his last year of college, he averaged 8 rebounds per game. So Joe Mazzulla just drilling that into these guys' heads that, hey, corner crash is a way that we can win. Like, the center's probably not going to be boxing you out in the corner. He's going to be in the paint somewhere trying to find our center. So you take advantage of that, right? So you saw Scheierman, he got away with a little push there, you know what I'm saying? But then he gets the offensive rebound, gets this hits, and then even then, right, you see Torrey Craig crashing from the corner, right? A Dembona who is their center on the floor right now has to box out Luke Cornett, right? And Quentin Grimes, nobody boxes out Torrey Craig. He might have got this if this was a miss, but a good job by Baylor Scheierman and Torrey Craig right there for the 3. All right, so we got Scheierman to get in the corner, getting a pass from Jason Tatum. He got to knock this down, but he did a nice job. But again, Jordan Walsh right there, who again will get his own segment. He crashed for the offensive glass, right? And this is a nice play by Baylor Scheierman. The anticipation, right? He was a quarterback in high school. He was a really good one. Like, I think this helps with a lot of anticipation, just reading things. But he got away with a little slip and slide right there, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And this right here is what I value. This is what I value, man. Listen, I don't have a problem with people just going about their business, playing basketball and doing well. But that, hey, I mess with that. I mess with that. Scheierman showing he got a little bit of tool in him, man. I don't got no problem with that. Like, he had a couple corner threes right here in front of this bench. He missed like 2 or 3 of them, and they was probably saying some hot stuff to him, like, hey, he with us, he ain't gonna hit that shit. He hit it, had something to say about it. All right, so sorry for the small screen right here, but we do got a nice play by the Celtics. We're gonna have Scheierman kind of give a little brush screen there to Quentin Grimes, and he's gonna come out and get this exit screen here by Numias Keita. And it's I'm not really sure what the 76ers were doing here. Like this is zone, but it's just weird. Like it could be some of a matchup zone, but they just didn't match up. I'm not sure what happened, but the Celtics ran a great play to like confuse the 76ers, and Scheierman just had like no choice but to pull up for this mid-range, and he hits it. Almost forgot to include with this defensive clip by Baylor Scheierman. Again, I was just really impressed by the activity he showed on the defense side of the ball. Again, like the lateral quickness, showing some of that. That was, to me, that was his only real weakness coming into the NBA, was like his foot speed. Of course, like him shooting, he's been a kind of inconsistent shooter when he's came into the game. I think that stuff will find it, right? He's a natural shooter. I think that'll come. The foot speed stuff is him getting slimmer, and he has gotten slimmer since he's left college, right? It's pretty obvious. He got slimmer before the summer league. Like he dropped like 10 to 15 pounds, so that was good for him, and I guess that has really helped him, because here in the pick and roll guard Lonnie Walker, he steps over the screen right there, forces Lonnie to go, and then he's still able to recover after getting screened. Does a nice job staying attached. He's using one hand to get around the screen, but he's using one arm to stay attached to Lonnie Walker as best as he can. Lonnie Walker does a quick step back move, but Baylor Scheierman is not fooled by it and gets a good contest. And I talked about the corner crashes, right? Doing things that Joe Mazzulla views as winning plays, upholding the culture, upholding the spacing when you're out there. We know that's a big part of the offense. But man, when you draw charges and you hustle like this, it's not something the coaching staff can gloss over. And you see the reaction of the whole team. You see the reaction of the players. Like, this stuff makes or breaks players. And in a game that's already decided, Scheierman showed all night that he was ready to take advantage of this opportunity, and he sealed it off in a perfect way. All right, next we have Jordan Walsh, who I think should be playing even when guys aren't injured, because every time he steps on the court, his energy is just different, and you can see the activity like just burst through a screen when he's on the court. Again, the offensive rebounds I talked about earlier, him just being a wrecking ball, crashing the glass on both sides of the floor. But he had 5 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal in this game, and was +6. He only played about 12 minutes in this game. Didn't really understand that, but when he was on the court, he showed everything. So the activity defensively, like, he is a guy that, and something that he's done is that, you know, his frame was something that I'm like, okay, he has to get stronger. He really knows how to wall up guys. He knows how to use that and to get guys off balance and just to stop them in their tracks. So here, he's just chasing Lonnie Walker all throughout the court, not letting him get much space. Here, right there, fighting over that handoff. Not sure what the spacing is, but by Philadelphia, but we got Jordan Walsh right there getting in the face of Lonnie, getting over that screen, staying with him. Then Kelly Oubre drives, he digs at the ball, but then look what he does. Important right there, right? Because he knows that he's out of position, right? Him just putting his hands up, showing high hands. If Kelly Oubre was hypothetically looking at Lonnie Walker, maybe this changes the passing angle, and like Walsh has a half a second more to get back to Lonnie Walker, right? So he can't just throw this pass over top of him. He has to try to angle it over, and it just makes it tougher. Like, Jordan Walsh has these natural defensive instincts that just make him a great energy guy, and will be a really good defender in this league, and I think he's already on the way to that. And again, just more activity from Walsh, making good things happen by the Celtics. We got him right here against Jared Butler. He's gonna try to do a slow swing through move there. Walsh does a nice job of getting his hand on the ball and then putting his hands up. Walsh can get in foul trouble sometimes. I believe a lot of it's just like the refs don't really know who he is, and sometimes he does get physical, but like, he doesn't commit like stupid fouls. It's just fouls like ticky-tack from him being physical, but a good job by him getting a steal and assist to Tatum. And Jordan Walsh's activity, especially on the defensive side of the ball, just never ceases to amaze me. There was a game against the Pacers, I believe in TD Garden, where the Celtics were not struggling, but the Pacers had got a couple buckets, right? Joe Mazzulla puts Jordan Walsh into the game, and they immediately go zone. They put him at the top of the zone, and he wreaks havoc, and that game just blew up, right? I think that's a game where we like beat the Pacers by a lot. And on this play, he is a guy that will just guard anybody. Here, the 76ers run this weave action, and he just guards all 3 players that goes to the top of the key. They're trying to get guys to switch, do this all this stuff. Jordan Walsh knows. And the last time I talked about his frame, I was saying like, yeah, he might need to get stronger, but he still does a nice job of like utilizing it and doing what he can with what he has. He plays like a guy that's 6'7" with a long ass wingspan, right? He does a nice job of crowding the passing vision and crowding the shooting pocket of guys, even when he's not like even when he's behind them. He does stuff like that so he can make sure they can't get a shot off while he's behind so he can recover. All right, so here in this play, we got to pick and roll with Kelly Oubre as a handler after that weave action, right? We got Walsh kind of trying to ice that screen, making sure he can't use it. So he steps over to Drummond with some help from Luke Cornett. But again, Kelly Oubre is trying to use his body, and Walsh is using those long arms, right? And stop. You pick up your dribble, and Walsh has his hands up. There's nothing Kelly Oubre can do here, right? He tries to pass, crowding his passing vision. He's reaching at the ball, trying to make sure that he can't do much. And then we got some good team defense here by the Celtics. Scheierman gets up on the pick and roll. We show to Lonnie Walker, force him to throw a turnover, and we eventually get the score. And if Walsh can hit his threes consistently, this is a guy that I think should really be playing like real minutes, even when everybody's healthy. Because again, I talked about the activity he shows on the defense side of the ball. He will and can guard everybody effectively. Well, probably not big centers, but he can and will guard most people effectively. Here the Celtics go to some double drag action. Sorry for the small audio assist box, but they go to two screens. They show to the Tatum. They force the ball out of his hands. Baylor Scheierman makes a good pass, and Jordan Walsh knocks down a three. And from watching Jordan Walsh in high school, he was, of course, like 99.9% of NBA players in high school were scorers, right? They were the top scorers on their teams, right? I'm not going to say this like this is rare, but I remember Jordan Walsh in high school a couple years ago that he was like a guy that could really get a bucket, So here, in situations where you have the shot clock going down, you have the shot in the game clock going down, right? Jason Tatum passes you the ball. There's no passing options, and you know that you have 6 seconds on the shot clock, and you have to go. His instincts as a ball player just kicks in, and the fact that he can do this and just get a bucket, this is not something that we're expecting of Jordan Walsh. This isn't something that we're going to be calling on Jordan Walsh to do. It's play defense, show activity, crash the glass on the offensive side of the ball. On both sides of the ball, and hit your threes occasionally, right? Walsh can do this, right? It was just him being instinctual, and he had to do this. And again, I talk about him using his body, right? I think he needs to get stronger, but he still does a nice job just off sheer will and hustle and effort, getting into the body of the shot blocker, Dembona, and going up and finishing over him. And lastly, we got him in the angle pick and roll as a screener. Good pass by JD, knowing that he has a size advantage if the Celtics get this switch, him on Jared Butler. And he does a nice job here. Good cut by Miles Norris, but he sees the way that the defense is shifting, sees that Dembona is going to go this way. So the pass to Tillman is an easy one for him, and Tillman knocks it down. Last but not least, my boy Torrey Craig. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, all of them offensive, like I said earlier, 4 for 5 from the field and 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. And I think like it is kind of cool to see somebody that you asked for, that you put in like a trade video, and the Celtics actually got him. They didn't have to give up anything for him because the Chicago Bulls waived him. One thing coming in was that he fit with the Celtics in the 3-point shooting department. He's a guy that about 77% of his shots were threes, and he shot 43% from 3, even though only being in 9 games. But Torrey Craig has shown that he is a good shooter. And like just rewatching this game, Torrey Craig does a lot of like winning type plays. Like he's open this entire time. He cuts, Miss Kid can't get the ball to him. He's still open. Come on, open your eyes, Nemi. He doesn't get deterred from not getting the ball, and again, crashing the glass. Torrey Craig is a lot more athletic than I thought at this point of his career. Like, he's a wrecking ball. Like, he just throws his body around a little bit like Walsh in that aspect. But Torrey Craig, not deterred by not getting the ball, still moving off the ball, right there, crashes the glass and gets a putback. And again, it's the little things that Torrey Craig does. Playing defense, he passes on time and on target, right? He crashes the glass. And right here, we got Torrey Craig getting the ball. Eventually, he's going to initiate that blind pick action. You see, blind pick is for denying defenses. So it's when Kelly Oubre, as you can see, he's up all on Peyton Pritchard. You see Peyton Pritchard pointing to Luke Cornett. But blind pick action is used for denying defenses. So it's a dribble handoff under the denying defender. So in the event you can't get the ball to the person you want to get it to, somebody flashes. With the Celtics, Luke Cornett is already parked in these areas of the floor, so we can just quickly get into those actions. So he passes it, initiates the dribble handoff under Kelly Oubre, so Peyton Pritchard can get the ball. They do a pick and roll. They get it out to Torrey Craig, and again, an on-time right pass for Baylor Scheierman to get through. Another winning play by Torrey Craig. He knows this is zone. He's a veteran. He knows the zone principle. So he knows that Kelly Oubre cannot follow him in the zone, and that Justin Edwards if Torrey Craig cuts, he will have the responsibility of guarding 2 guys with a Dembona up here with Luke Cornett setting the screen. So what Torrey Craig gonna do? Torrey Craig gonna cut, make sure that Justin Edwards has to come to him, and that opens up Baylor Scheierman for 3. And again, we got Torrey Craig just showing how he's a good fit on the offensive side of the ball. The Celtics hit another corner 3. And I talked about the culture that Joe Mazzulla has instilled in this team, and Torrey Craig being the guy that just got here. Look at the corner crash, right? You see the corner crash, you got Drummond boxing out the center. That's what's so important about this, right? You need your wings and your guards like Payton Pritchard, like Baylor Scheierman, Jordan Walsh, a Torrey Craig, a Derek White, a Drew Holiday. You need those guys to crash the glass, because most of the times the best rebounder on the team is the center. If the opposing center is boxing out our center, that means sometimes guards don't even box out. Like, those guys don't even worry about boxing out. So that means you got an advantage on the offensive glass if you hustle. Torrey Craig again throwing his body around, doing what Joe Mazzulla likes, views as winning plays, gives the Celtics one opportunity, but then that turns into this for Payton Pritchard. Torrey Craig again with another winning play. Jason Tatum at the free throw line against Quentin Grimes, but we got Torrey Craig right there in the corner, and it's too late. Justin Edwards, again, this is why you just go. This is why you just do it, man, because Justin Edwards is so focused on Jason Tatum that them 2 steps that he didn't see Torrey Craig going to the rim, it's too late. He tries to box out too late. Torrey Craig too strong for that, too athletic, too physical, and he gets a foul right there. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share it in everyone that you can. Just shoot out there a little bit more. Now we'll see you guys in the next video. But this is Nick. Peace.